Hello and welcome. I am Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today it's all about answering your questions. Now, before we get started, I just want to share with you that this video is being sponsored by biblicalnutritionacademy.com. That is where we have all of our courses, our Daniel fast, our fasting course, how to pray for miracles, treasures of healthy living Bible study, 40-day transformation. It's all there on our course platform. It is my desire and also my honor to teach you God's recipe for excellent health. And that always begins with the first ingredient. You know what it is. It is God loves you. He's loved you from the moment of conception. He always has, he always will. And you can always count on him. Also, I want to invite you to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell next to it. And then I look forward to reading your comments down below. Remember, I'm here to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. Will the Bible diet help cleanse the body and help rid disease like cancer? This was submitted by Robert. The Bible diet is eating foods that God called good for us. That means no lab experiments, no fake foods from man. The foods that God designed for us are basic in nutrition and exactly what this body needs. When we are hungry and not like grazing all day long on food, then our body can utilize the foods and help every system in our body do its job. Our body was designed to detox naturally, and that is why we don't eat at night, to give our body a chance to catch up. And that is why Jesus expected us to fast. God designed foods such as vegetables, legumes, beans, and whole grains, and they were the mainstay for the children of Israel. They were high in fiber, and you know I love fiber. Fiber is a natural source to keep our digestive system cleansed correctly. A healthy digestive system is the beginning of health. Now, the next system to be affected by this is going to be your liver and your kidneys. They remove toxins and are filtering your system 24/7. Now, when we eat by the Bible diet, we give these systems the surge to work hard for us and to keep us well. The buildup that we get in our body is from the sludge and imitation foods from the grocery store. I have an interesting podcast about Eve's Dilemma where I share all of the steps that were involved in convincing women to buy foods from a can in a large box grocery store. Now, it took a lot of manipulation and a lot of conniving to make it happen. Foods were originally grown at home. Everyone in the family pitched in to help grow their foods. Animals were given healthy fields and food to graze on. This changed in the late 1800s and it grew incredibly in the early 1900s. Industry wanted to market our food and the government totally complied very willingly. A body filled with synthetic and compromised foods is going to lead to quick disease. And it all starts in the gut, the microbiome, and then it transfers to all areas of the body. Now, when it comes to cancer, now, that is a disease that when it's caught early can be very simply reversed with diet and sometimes even adding supplements. But I'm talking in its very early stages. Now, I've shared a couple of videos on angiogenesis. Now, angiogenesis is an effect that comes from cruciferous vegetables. They include vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, and more. And they have the ability to inhibit angiogenesis. That is the growth of blood supply to the tumor. Now, I am not saying if you eat 6 cups of cabbage, your cancer is going to go away. What I am saying is that God-designed foods are going to help the body to heal to a normal state. And there's even proof that eating only foods that God created for us helps during the treatments of cancer and the recovery from cancer. Now, what I'm not saying is that if you have stage 4 cancer, food is your best medicine. So I really want you to work with your physician, and I want you to feel like you're working with a physician that's for your best long-term success. And that's always going to include a healthy, natural diet, not a diet of protein drinks from a can. Find a farmer that grows food the way God intended. And then partner with that farmer to supply your family or your loved one with the very best foods possible. Now, if a person is going through chemo or radiation, then eat smart. And don't wait until you're done to get smart with your foods. Start now. We will never be as healthy as we need to finish this race when we keep eating man's lab experiments. So just keep that in mind. Question number 2, is there ever a, quote, no return to good health? Submitted by Janine. No. When you study the body, it is incredible the science that is involved and how the body was designed to heal. Every system of your body has a program for healing. Yet, if we keep medicating and eating fake foods, the body doesn't have the key nutrients that are necessary to heal. Now, it's now being proven that a 7-day water fast is very helpful to bring a higher level of health. Plus, it's even being introduced to treat cancer. Now, when we have surgeries and are required to take medications for the rest of our life, that changes our microbiome. Now, it's going to change it throughout your entire body. Now, these surgeries and medications might be extremely necessary, and I get that. Yet, you need to know if there's still a change. For example, in 2010, I had a lung surgery, and I talk about this in our video series. My lung had collapsed, and I was adamant I was not going to have surgery. Yet I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't get out of the hospital. So during surgery, they discovered that there were holes in my diaphragm that changed the pressure in my body, and therefore the lung kept collapsing. Well, I can breathe now, but there are circumstances when I just start coughing and can't stop. And there are other times when I have other issues, side effects, that just happen. So this is done. The lungs are glued to the walls, and that is not going to change until I get my new body in heaven. But for now, I'm working hard at making sure my body is as healthy as possible. If I were to develop diabetes or become obese, that would make my breathing harder. So why would I do that? Instead, I order specific blood work for myself to track any of my health issues, and this includes cancer. So I track my cancer scores through the blood work that I order. Now, because the surgeon used a chemical in my lungs that is a very well-known carcinogenic, it's even been on commercials from the lawyers. So if I track the scores myself, which anyone can do, then I will know if I'm developing cancer long before a doctor can even find it or diagnose it. Now, I know I'm chasing a rabbit here from your original question, but it helps to know what you can do to reach good health. And that is this. Number 1, get blood work. Order it yourself. Take charge of your own health. And you can look on my website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and look for blood tests under my resources, and it tells you how to do it. Number 2, eat only the foods that God called food for you. No more lab experiments, no more fake foods, and then very little sugar. Number 3, let God be the healer and let food be the nourishment. Number 4, always remember with God all things are possible. I have close friends who have seen miraculous healings. Check out on our Academy website, thebiblicalnutritionistacademy.com, the course on prayer, and it's all about praying for miracles. Since most people don't eat real foods 100% of the time, and some people are like, well, I eat 80% of the time, or I eat 60% of the time, and they're like, yay, good for me. Well, they feel like that's enough to get good health, and it might get you good health, but it's not going to get you 100% optimal health. If you want 100% optimal health, we need to do 100% of God's foods 100% of the time. And so I just want you to know, can we have good health? Yes, we can. I am amazed at the journey I've been on and what I'm still experiencing. The first 7 years of my journey, things just started disappearing. It's like, wow, that problem I was having, it's gone. Like I would scratch my arms and then I'd have whelps in the lines of those scratches. Well, that went away. I would have, upset in my stomach. It's like, that went away. I had a spot on my face. It went away. And so you have to understand it can take a full 6 years to rebuild every single cell. We really want to just say, tomorrow I'm going to eat healthy, and then on the next day I'm going to feel it. Well, you might, but it's going to take a long time to rebuild every cell to make it healthy. So stick with it, don't give up, and yes, you can do this. So I am Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. Always a joy to serve you God's recipe for excellent health. And don't forget, number one ingredient, God loves you. He loves you with an everlasting love. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And you are a part of His plan. Thanks for watching. It is finally here, my latest book. And this is such a treasure. I am so excited about this book, 7 Foods of the Promised Land. Why these 7 foods? Does it really matter? Why didn't He choose broccoli? You know how I teach about that. But no, these 7 foods are so specific. God had a purpose for each one of these foods to be a lesson for us to learn from. The way He shares His love through these 7 foods is incredible. Not only how nutritious they are for us, but how delicious they are for us and how spiritually encouraging they are for us. I can't wait for you to get your hands on my new book, 7 Foods of the Promised Land. Be sure and check out any of your retailers. It's available everywhere, even on my website. And while you check it out and read this book and enjoy it, be sure and leave a review on Amazon or our website. I'm going to be doing some fun giveaways for people who leave a review. Thanks for watching, and I really want you to check out 7 Foods of the Promised Land.